Welcome, 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 welcome. It's Thirsty Thursday. Welcome, 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 welcome. Thirsty Thursday. It's Miss J, live at the Sugar Shack. BigExposedRadio.com. It's 5 p.m. We're on every day, Monday through Friday, from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. You can download the app. BigExposedRadio.com. Listen to us 24 hours.
It's tune in that.
I'm sorry.
Tune in.
Tune in.
There you go.
Let's rewind back. Rewind back.
Rewind back.
You can download the app for Tune In for BigExposedRadio.com.
There you go.
Thank you very much. We're back. 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 Yes, it is Thursday. We've made it over the hump day. We have now arrived to Thirsty Thursday, going into Getting Paid Friday. Yay! This week has gone by really fast, though.
Yeah.
It has. It's hot as heck outside.
It is.
It feels every bit of over 100. It's hot.
But it's only 86.
I know. It is so hot out there. You don't even see kids out there. That's how hot it is. And you know, kids are normally out.
But see, this is skateboarding weather.
I was getting ready to say that. Y'all don't mind, do y'all?
No.
So how hot is it for skateboarders that you just won't endure the heat?
Well,
I'm curious.
I just started skateboarding. He can tell you more than I could about skateboarding and how cool it is. But he just been, you know. But, I don't know. Skateboarding. I think the best part about it is just that you can get from one point to another point really conveniently.
That was the discussion you and I had coming in, that you don't have to worry about parking.
Nope.
Paying any tolls.
But you do got to worry about cops and sticking it to the man.
Do they really bother y'all?
I don't know. I just started skateboarding.
Oh. Can you ask them, do they really bother him since he want to be antisocial?
She asked you a question. Hey, you want to put on? Why don't you just go in there?
Why is he so scared?
You might as well just... Yeah.
What's your name?
You see, she can't hear you because you
can't hear you.
No, just go in there, man. Like I'll turn the mic on for you.
You just gotta come on in. I don't
It's
know
the first one.
why he's being so shy.
No, it's in there. So give me the headset.
We gonna baby step him in. We're gonna open up the door.
You can't come in the studio and not talk, man.
You gotta open up the door. Yeah, there we go. Close the door. You wanna do baby steps. You wanna have a seat, pull out the chair. You're gonna put the headset on. Okay. Going to lean into the mic. There we go. Ring the bell, Robbie. Ring the bell. Yay! And state your name, please.
My name's Kyle.
Kyle, I'm Miss J. Thank you for coming in at live at the Sugar Shack at BigExposedRadio.com. So as we were discussing about skateboarders, because I'm very intrigued about it. I see y'all everywhere. How hot, as I said, is right now is 86, but it feels over 100 outside. What is considered too hot that skateboarders refuse to go out?
It all depends on your passion about skateboarding. I mean, even in 100 degrees, I'd probably go skateboard myself. That breeze, I mean, it feels good when you just rolling around.
How many boards do you have?
I only have one at the moment.
You want more?
Yeah.
Any like specialty boards or?
I want a long board to be exact.
Like that?
Much longer.
How long?
About 54 inches.
To do what?
Just to cruise. one good push and it'll have you going for
So about
a
from here to like about here? Roughly?
Yeah, pretty much.
So basically it's as tall as probably like from your foot to like your hip.
Yep.
Wow.
Probably a little bit taller.
A little bit taller. So what exactly would you do? So what's the difference between a short board and a long board?
Their purpose, short, like a regular board, they're used for tricks and everything like that.
Okay.
A long board is just used to cruise around and just relax.
Okay. And roughly, how much low range does a board cost and the high range for a board?
It all depends on the board. A long board, low range, could be about 100. High range, it could be about 300.
Not me.
That's a lot of coins. So the cheap version, where would you go to get one? A sporting goods store, or you just strictly go to skateboarding stores?
No, you could go to any store, even retail stores sell pretty decent boards.
Okay. That's interesting. So how long have you been skateboarding?
Since about 2010.
Oh, so you're a veteran.
Not really.
You're going in, what, 4 years now? You can do a lot of tricks.
Nah, you see,
That's
I'm strictly cruising.
That's a misconception. Everybody think that like if you skateboard, you have to know tricks. But then, like me, I don't want to learn tricks. I just want to.
You just want to cruise.
Yeah.
I was the same way.
Until when?
I still am.
Oh, you just want to cruise.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, do you get tired? That's a lot of kicking, pushing and kicking.
You eventually get tired, but you can push through it though.
So, what is it you cannot carry with you while you have your board? Ladies and gentlemen, please give us a call at 1-855-835-5857, extension 1, or you can text us at 443-642-9403 if you have any experience with skateboarding, because this is a very fascinating, it wasn't the topic, but we're ready to go into it, because I'm very curious, because I see it all the time, so I'm glad that you decided to baby step on in here in the studio. So, what is your purpose? So, Monday through Sunday, are you breezing it through, or you use other transportation?
I use a mixture of transportations, but my skateboard is always by my side.
So, do you have any problems with the law?
Nah.
They leave you alone?
Pretty much. It's usually a bigger crowd of skateboarders they usually bother.
Why?
It's more havoc when it's a bigger crowd.
A bigger crowd.
Yeah.
Versus 2 or 3 of y'all, or
pretty much.
so do they, like, everybody jaywalks. So do they skateboard walk or
J-skate.
J-skate?
Yeah, everybody J-skates. Nobody goes with the law when it comes to skateboarding.
I didn't think so. But that's good that they leave you alone, though.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I can't really see them chasing somebody down on a skateboard because they jaywalked or
J-skating.
J-skating. J-skating. That is so funny. So, do you plan to get, what is your dream board? Is it signed by someone, or you want to make your own? What is your goal for skateboarding?
My goal for skateboarding is just what I've been doing. I mean, I would love to have a longboard to feel the cruise a little bit better, but I'm happy and content where I'm at.
So, you don't do it in the rain?
With the
Definitely. No.
No.
No skating in the rain.
No skating in the rain?
Ever.
No.
Okay. Of course, you don't do it in the snow.
Can you tell the intern to come shut the door?
Can you come shut the door, please? I'm sorry. So you don't do it in the rain?
No.
No snow?
No.
It has to be sunny?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty
Or
much.
dry.
Or dry.
As long as it's dry, you'll be fine.
Okay. So, we've gotten to the price. We got the location where you can get the boards. So, where do you skate?
It all depends. It's a few skate parks here in Baltimore, and
Go ahead and shout them out. Name the skate parks.
I don't personally know them. I'm a street skater myself, so
Okay.
all over Baltimore is where I skate.
I know this one over by what's the place that Daniel has the meetings? By Ace High School?
I can't remember.
Oh well, Ace High School It's a skate park like right across the street.
Montgomery Park, there's another one.
Yeah, hold on, Craig. I'm gonna put you in.
Okay. So that's where everyone hangs out and all day.
Yeah, pretty much.
So what is the earliest you think skateboarders go to the park?
The earliest? Mm-hmm. Skateboarders usually don't get up until early afternoon.
What, after 11 or after 12?
And probably after 11.
Wow, because y'all are skating all night or just doing different things and hanging out?
Doing different things, but skating at night is a real good feeling.
So everyone has like a group, or do skateboarders have a tag name or what are y'all called?
Yeah, just skateboarders.
Just skateboarders?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Y'all don't have like a gang or anything, skateboarder gang.
Skate lions.
Well, thank you, darling, for that insight on skateboarding. I'm glad that I saw y'all when I was walking up. I wish I would have saw y'all on the board.
No, because
Do you do hills pretty well?
I do hills.
I'm scared of hills because I just started.
Okay. So how long have you been?
3 days.
Oh, ring the bell. Ring the bell, Robbie. 3 days. Oh, you're a newbie.
Hold up.
Newbie.
I turned my first corner today.
Ha! Yay! Robbie.
Thank you.
Woo! And you didn't fall?
Huh?
And you didn't fall? Yay! Robbie.
I almost hit the mailbox, but I was like, I'm
Okay.
a skateboarder.
Yes, that's right. You claimed it.
Yeah.
You said, I'm a skateboarder. I
Turn
will
back
not
on.
hit that mailbox.
Nope.
I'm a pro.
I'm a pro because I don't want nobody laughing at me while my arm is doing a 360.
I'm doing kickflip.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Are you still nervous?
Not as much.
Okay, see, that was simple. You had your first interview on Big Exposed Radio. You could tell your friends and family I was on the radio talking about what I do and what I love, which is skateboarding. Thank you. What is going on, sir?
Yes,
How was your day?
It was actually good on this Throwback Thursday.
Okay. Thursday.
Yes.
Yes.
And
You stopped.
we're not going to talk about the thirstiness that
Okay.
I've embraced.
Okay. Well, we have a great show lined up today. I'm very excited. We have our first topic, which I love, talking about relationships. Are you in a relationship for love or infatuation?
I'm in it for love.
So we have that topic. We also have our special guest author, Miss Toni Henderson Mayers, will be calling in, discussing her book, Wise Courtship Before Relationships and Marriage Guide. So everybody needs some assistance with relationships and pre-marriage counseling. So she'll be joining us shortly. Robbie, he's pointing at you.
Robbie needs to,
What? What I need?
you need that advice on relationships.
Man.
We all need advice on relationships.
I'm a relationship guru.
Don't let
Says the guy
anybody
who
fool
dined and
you.
dash.
We all need some help when it comes to a relationship. So, I just had a question. So I had a couple of questions pertaining to the subject between infatuation and love. So, when you're in love, you know, the blue jays are singing, the butterflies are all around, and the world is turning, and you are just as happy as you ever want to be. So, love is a feeling, correct?
Yes.
That people mostly can tell the difference between, oh, I love you now, but I might not love you tomorrow type of feeling
Within the next hour.
within the next hour. So, you generally know when you will feel good about him or she because you know yourself. So, do you find that people you probably know, or you may have been in the position yourself, have been in love or infatuation. So I've been in love, but I haven't been infatuated with anyone.
I've been.
I got a question. What's your definition of infatuation?
That stalking, infatuation, stalking,
Or in some people's terms, consistent pursuing.
consistent pursuing,
Yes.
and the person doesn't get the message that I'm just not into you.
I think that could be both ways because sometimes the person sends off a mixed signal.
Yes, and that is, once again, when somebody puts you into the triangle, the square, or the octagon and puts you into a situation with other people, and the person that you are trying to love has been loving other people,
Yes.
unbeknownst to you. So, ring the bell, Robbie. Love is a choice. Correct?
Yes.
Do you believe love is a choice? So it's easy to choose love.
Were you talking to me?
I was asking both of y'all.
Oh, is love a choice? Yes, love is a choice.
Most definitely.
It is a choice. It's easy to choose love when things are going really well. And when the insecurities and fears come up, choosing love is where your greatest growth happens. But love choosing over family, your kids, and whoever, that's when things become a little unorthodox in a way. Do you think love is built on a strong foundation?
Yes.
Or it needs to be built on?
It needs to be built. For me to love you and actually be in love with you, like the communication, the trust, the chemistry, everything like has to be on point. It can't be no half stepping.
Because building a strong foundation of love happens to be learning of each other. So you can't learn about one another if the other person doesn't open up.
Right.
And you got to constantly try to pry that door open to get through, because other people have hurt prior to you coming into the picture. Have you been in love?
Yeah, I'm a Scorpio.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
love to love. I love to be loved. But I think the hardest thing about me in a relationship is when I get to the point where it's getting to that point where we're starting to like separate,
Yeah, like drift
and then
away.
saying like maybe we shouldn't be together. That's the hardest part of a relationship for me, breaking up with the person.
So are you usually the dump it or the dumper?
It depends on the situation. Because I don't ever do anything. Well, I feel like I don't ever do anything in a relationship that'll make me want to get dumped. Granted, I got cheated on a lot of times. I don't know why I'm a good person, but maybe I'm too good.
Yeah, that could play.
Good girls like bad guys.
Well, that's true. But the thing about love is when you're in love, you can stay up all night conversating. We know we've done that. You don't want to hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. Play that game, right?
Oh, I don't play that game because once you tell me no, I hang up. I hang up.
That is outright lies. That is not true.
People, places, or things fade away because you want to be with that person all the time. You find that?
When
When
first
you're
get
in
together,
love?
when we first get together, like I have to be around you all day. If I'm not around you, we have to be on the phone.
Okay. You feel optimistic and enthusiastic about life because of this new breath of fresh air. No to Robbie. Okay.
Why?
You have a little more energy.
What's up?
I said the question was another form of love is being optimistic and enthusiastic about life when you're in love.
Oh, you asked me, is that how I am? I'm enthusiastic. don't know. Am I happy? Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel a sense of completion and wholeness with the person when you're happy? Do you feel complete
Yeah.
at the time?
Yeah.
Okay.
My thing with relationships is nothing lasts forever. So maybe I'm not the happy guy, because that's what I always tell myself when I'm in a relationship. Nothing lasts forever.
All right. Do you think you have an increase of a sexual drive, libido?
No.
No?
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
When I'm in love?
So, when you go in with the mindset of nothing lasts forever, does it always work out for you?
Well, it's not. Well, I mean, one would think if you had that kind of attitude, move, fly. If you had that kind of attitude in a relationship, then it wouldn't work. But that's more of like a preparation thing, because everything does end eventually.
Eventually.
Eventually, yeah.
But
Maybe,
not. But if you go into it kind of negative, see, my thing
You'll get
is,
what you're looking for.
my thing is, you don't search for love, because I always feel as though God has a plan for whoever He's going to place you with. Because when you search for something, you're going to get something that you don't want and that you don't need in your life. So you could be by yourself for the next year, but that's bettering you, because you have to be able to like yourself. If you don't like yourself, no one else is going to be able to like you or be around you. So that's the first thing. I feel as though loving thyself is more important than someone loving you.
Yep.
I feel a medal coming on for that.
Yes.
Ring the bell.
I love me.
Thank you. I love me too. I do. Now, the infatuation part of it,
It's my territory.
when you're separated from them, you feel anxious, a little down, you have self-doubts, loss of energy, you have difficulty concentrating, thoughts of them being invasive and repetitive, overwhelming, consuming thoughts of why they're not calling you or why you're not with them, jealous and suspicious about what they're doing or who they're doing it with, nagging uncertainties about the relationship.
This is infatuation or love?
Infatuation. You do things you normally would not do. Drive past their home, stalking. Call and hang up, stalking. Look through their cell phones, not stalking. You have that right to.
You have that right too?
Yes, I feel as though if you're my boo thing, and we don't have any secrets, then I can leave my cell phone there.
Oh, I've done that. I've said, here,
Yeah.
you want to look at my phone?
I have no problem, because if I know I'm not doing anything, well, here you go. I know
Because I know the person is listening. Don't go through my phone at all.
I don't have a problem with you going to my phone.
Especially if we're at the early stage. Like, if I give you my phone, that's a different thing. But if I go take a shower and I leave the phone on the bed and you go through it, that's invade my personal privacy.
See, that's another conversation that we're going to come back later on, because I do want to discuss that.
Yeah, I think that's kind of shady. I think that's definitely kind of shady if you go in the shower and someone looks at your phone. But if
You lock it.
but
You
if,
lock your
if
phone.
I give you my phone, obviously there's no whole bar. Go look.
Right.
Yes.
Blow
And
up
that's
on
the
Facebook,
thing.
Do whatever you need to.
Do what you want to do, because I have nothing to hide. Now, if you don't give me your phone, there's a problem.
I've
because
experienced that.
I feel as though that's two-sided. That if I'm able to give you my property,
I should be able to get yours.
I should be able. Now, I'm not saying give me your passwords and all that good stuff. That's another subject in another show.
Even playing field.
Even playing field, exactly.
Or the whole password. Yeah, one moment we both give each other's
And we
password
switch
up.
yours.
And then the
you
next day they
change
go
it.
switch that and you're like, oh, okay.
So what are you hiding in the last 24 hours that now you have to change your password?
Yeah, like, it shouldn't be nothing different.
Exactly. I don't want to hear, oh, I locked myself out and I had to reset my password.
Or this one, I let my homeboy hold my phone and he was experimenting last night.
They always bring the homeboy or the homegirl, because I'm not putting nobody, I'm putting both sexes out there.
Oh, yeah.
Male and female.
Because females is treacherous, especially with the cell phone game. Oh, sorry.
Wow.
Men too. Phones stay locked. Phones stay locked on silent.
I've always learned that females think 3 steps ahead. So while our one phone is on silent, your free government phone is also locked on silent.
Who now, baby?
That's too funny. That is too funny. So, the first 3 times characterized by feeling exceptionally good. They feel that I'm in love. Like I said, the birds are chirping. The butterflies are zooming by.
The kids are crying.
The honeybees are buzzing around. See, that's love.
Okay, why are the kids crying?
Because you're not paying attention to them because you want to be booed up with your boo.
You're not getting your baby.
You're not getting your baby.
That's what that means.
Yes.
Crying because
Get
you're
your
not paying
baby.
attention.
Get your baby.
Get your baby.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what they're not doing.
That's what they're not doing. Getting your baby.
Well, she's getting her baby, but she's not getting her baby. Get it?
Yeah, I got it. I like that. So, have you been in love? Welcome.
Thank you. Fighting with traffic is normal as usual, but I'm here.
Don't feel bad. I'm just getting in.
It's cool.
I'm well. Walking in his favor. I am certainly well.
That's good. So,
have I been in love?
Because I've said I've been in love, but I've never been infatuated with anyone.
Oh no, I've been in love and I've been infatuated. Yes.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
So, what do you feel as though it was worse before we go to break?
Infatuation.
How bad did it get?
Because most times it's not. What's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't go both ways. One person is just like infatuated, and the other person could kill us about.
And one
It's
is
not
versatile.
versatile.
It wasn't versatile.
It wasn't versatile.
And on that note, we're going to go to break. This is Miss J.
Romeo.
And Miss Versatile.
Live at the Sugar Shack on BigExposedRadio.com, and we will be back.
Hemorrhoids, you cannot have a colonic.
Well, I had hemorrhoids when I had the baby. All that pushing, he blew my behind out.
Okay.
But they've been cured. You know, after I sat in that little pool of whatever the mess that you do at the hospital, and then they give you a little, prescription afterwards, and so it's been cured up. But yeah.
Did you have laser? Did you have laser surgery to remove them?
No, it wasn't like that, Carl.
Okay.
How you doing?
Okay,
Mine back was blown out from having a baby.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm just making a joke.
Yeah, but I just want you to pass that on because, I think it's a good thing about colonics.
Yes.
But I was so disappointed when he said, no, because you got hemorrhoids, you cannot get a colonic.
Well, sweetheart, why don't you get your hemorrhoids fixed? Is it impossible because of homosexual sex?
No, because you know why? Because that doctor with the Z that you went to?
Yeah.
That's the one I went to, and they totally screwed it up.
Dr. Zismore?
Don't say his name.
Why? No,
because I don't want him to get any business.
First of all, he's a dermatologist. So I don't even know why you went to him for a colonic. Look, listen to me.
No. I went to him for the hemorrhoid.
No. Go to a general practitioner. Why are you going to a dermatologist to fix the damn hemorrhoid? Carl, please.
Okay.
Go get your hemorrhoids fixed. You can get hemorrhoids fixed now. Am I detecting that you're a gay male?
Yes.
So,
how you doing?
How you doing? The thing is that you might want to get your hemorrhoids fixed and stick with being a topper more than a bottomer so that they can really heal.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I'm tired of buying Preparation H. I'm tired of it.
Well, the thing is that you got to lay off taking it and just start giving it more.
Oh, see, but I'm a bottom girl.
Yeah, I understand that. Then your behind is going to forever stay blown out, and you're going to forever stay, bloody in the sheets. Shout out to Tigger. You understand what I'm saying?
Girl.
All right, I know this conversation has gone left, hasn't it?
I know. Okay. Hey, good. About your CD is the bomb.
Thank you, Carl.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye. Take care. Big Tigger, I'm sorry, but you know his two-way. He's probably already changed his numbers. How you doing? Au revoir.
Drug, alcohol, and gambling addiction can be devastating for you and your loved ones. Don't let the disease of addiction ruin everything you have worked so hard for. If you or a loved one is suffering from a drug, alcohol, or gambling addiction, call now and get a free, confidential consultation. Help is only a phone call away. Call 1-877-867-3063. That's 1-877-867-3063.
It's time for a flashback.
I don't blame her. I mean, I don't even think... Why would he want it back? 4 years. That's my ring. You don't give back... I mean, after... Maybe if you were only married 6 months to a year, you might give back the ring. No. Matter of fact, you don't give back the ring. After you're married, it's mine. Yeah. That's it. Engagements, yes. Maybe. But why would he even want the ring? I don't understand that about women not women. I don't understand about men when they take ring, when people think that the women should give back the rings even after an engagement. That's like Indian giving. It's like, no, you gave this to me. Thank you. Maybe you will get married, maybe we won't, but this is mine now. I could boil down the metal and make a diamond pendant that go on my necklace. No one has to know it came from my ex-lover. I don't get that. I'm not giving back no ring. Just because y'all breaking up symbolizes you broke up. Not giving back the ring. If we break up, oh, believe me, you knew we broke up. Because it's not going down that easy. I ain't got to give you back my ring to symbolize that we broke up. All the shit in the house I broke symbolizes that we broke up. Your car sitting on cinder blocks symbolizes we broke up. Your mother calling my house asking me why I bust her windows symbolize that we broke up. Like, what is she calling me talking about? What did I have to do with anything? You gave birth to the bastard. Anything he's done to me, you caused, bitch. Click, click. And that's how you hang up on her. Mm-hmm. So, Chloe, you did the right thing. It's a 12.5 carat diamond engagement ring that he proposed to her after they only knew each other for like 29 days. He can't hear that back, so we broke up. You think I'm going to contribute to you getting high, allegedly? Me giving you that ring is like me saying, go ahead, smoke this too. No, we're not doing that. That's not how we get down in the Kardashian family. We don't do that.
That is outright lies. That is not true.
It's not how we do it here at the Kardashian complex.
All new Talk Latelys every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 7 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com.
Did you know that our shows play all day and all night?
So you could never miss a minute of the informative, funny, and extravagant mayhem that is our station, BeExposedRadio.com.
So be sure to check out our shows like The Talk Lately Show, The Sharon Nixon Show, Let's Talk, and The Lady-O Show. You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the station with all the hits and The Talk Lately Show weeknights at 7 p.m.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is, because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org, because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Join the club that gives you stuff. Hey, thanks! Radio Loyalty. Here's how it works. Just click on the Radio Loyalty banner right now and sign up. Then, you keep on listening like you already do. But now you earn points. Those points add up, and you can trade them in for stuff in the Radio Loyalty store. Earn more points by sharing your station with friends on Facebook and Twitter, answering surveys, and by using the apps in the New Players App Store. Pretty simple, right? Radio Loyalty. Click that banner to join now.
Welcome back to Thirsty Thursdays at the Sugar Shack on BeExposedRadio.com. It's your girl, Miss J.
And Miss Versatile.
And Romeo.
And we have Robbie. And we have a special guest calling. Guest?
Yes, hello.
Hi. This
Hi,
is
how
Miss.
are you?
Hi, darling. How are you? We have on the line author Miss Toni Henderson Mayers on the line with the Sugar Shack. How are you?
I'm doing well. Well, I'm so excited to be with you to discuss some things. So I'm so excited.
And I have my crew with me right here. I'll let everyone introduce themselves to you.
Hello, Toni. Welcome to At the Sugar Shack. This is Miss Versatile.
How you doing, Miss Toni? This is Romeo.
Hello, how you guys doing?
We're well, thank you. Excited to have you on the show today.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. Your book is doing really well. And would you mind telling our listeners a little bit about you, your book, and we're going to just get into some good conversation with you.
Okay, well, I am by profession and trade and training in school, a counselor, professor, but I've owned my own theater company for years, and through business and counseling, I've learned, and just through my personal experiences, I've enjoyed and learned how to have relationships one with the other. And although I've been writing business books and traveling and speaking about business and management and leadership and building better business relationships, I decided to write a relationship book. And that's what my latest book is entitled Wise Courtship. It's a before relationship and marriage guide. And I've been having tremendous success with it. A lot of people are having a lot of fun with it, getting a lot of questions answered. And that's what I've been doing lately, just traveling and touring with that book. Just kind of trying to give people some information on what to look for before you get into any type of relationship.
So, how old were you when you started writing?
Wow. Well, I didn't start writing professionally until, my latter years, of course, but, I've had very early memories of writing at 5, 6 years old, writing stories, and I like to perform them or recite them. And, of course, once I got into school, of course, we've had a lot of writing assignments. But I would always enjoy the creative writing assignments because I could choose what I wanted to write about and how I would write them.
How old were you when you started writing?
Well, again, I think it was probably as young as 5 or 6 years old. I'm not quite certain, but I believe so because I'm thinking about the style of writing and the things that I wrote about. I was pretty young when I started writing.
So, being a marriage counselor, what have you found starting out being a marriage counselor? One, why did you want to choose that profession?
As far as counseling, I didn't start off with marriage coaching. I kind of ended up that way. However, when I was young, I kind of had a vision about myself doing something with relationships and marriage and premarital counseling and that type of thing. I started early on, just really, even as a teenager, helping to solve people's problems, giving advice and that type of thing. But when I first came out of college, outside of just some simple counseling things, mostly like careers, and people wanted to know what they needed to do with their lives. I started out with that type of counseling first, and then I would move on to, some simple problems. When I say that, I mean just what we call, quote-unquote, normal problems, like I'm not too sure what I want to do in my career. I need to make a decision about this, that, or the other. I did have experience working with people with some very serious issues and problems, and I always enjoyed working with people, but I think at some point I said, if I'm going to do this, let me do something that I really enjoy. And so, working with people in careers, making decisions, I think that was the bottom line of it all, was to make wise decisions. It started out making wise decisions in your career, in your calling, and your passion, the things you want to do in your life. And then it's also extended into making great decisions about relationships, because that actually is the root of everything. If you could try to make a good decision about yourself, that's great. But very often, too, you would also have to make decisions that involve other people. And I found that people in relationships were really making terrible decisions or frivolous decisions that were going to have a lifelong impact on them. And so I started to cross over into premarital counseling, which I still enjoy to this day. And then I did a little bit of marriage counseling, which I did not enjoy, because by the time people come to marriage counseling, they've already made up their mind for what they're going to do. They either want you to hear their side of the story, or they basically made up their mind they're not going to stay together. And so I found that doing premarital counseling or premarital coaching, which I actively do now, was a lot more fun, because the people who come to coaching are more excited about coming up with solutions before the problems happen. And so that's where I am today.
Tony, who would you say is your favorite author?
Wow, I have so many of them, but here's one that I think people are going to probably really be like, really? Jane Austen is one of my favorites. I love so many authors that I just love to read. I mean, if it was up to me, I would sit down and just read every book. But we don't have that kind of time during the day or that luxury all the time. But I love Jane Austen's books. Her books are well over 100 years. She celebrated like 100 years in her book being printed in print several years ago. And she wrote Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice. And I remember in high school reading that, and a lot of people were really sick to the stomach, British literature, and they're like, what? But I really enjoyed it. And so, it just stuck to me this day. And even now, I'll reread that book from time to time, because I just really enjoy all of the books that she's written, actually. And I like to be able to see what happened in her time period, in her life, back in the 1800s. I mean, it's just awesome to be able to peer into her life and see what happened during that time.
Publishing has become big business. Has that hurt you?
It has not hurt me in a way, because I guess I'm very optimistic. It has hurt a lot of people. I think that writing and publishing, instead of it being an art form, which it started off as, anyone who's able to write or express themselves, it's an art form. So that's why you don't see as much poetry, as much short stories. You still see your novels, but when people write now, they tend to write with bestseller in mind, or they may write in terms of what may sell faster, or they may write in a way that is going to continuously build their audience. The reason why I don't think it has affected me is because I want to write what I like to write, regardless. But also, it doesn't hurt that I do have a master's in business. One of my masters is in business. Mm-hmm. So, writing, just as well as acting, just as well as singing, any of the art forms, it's heavily creative, but it has so much business component. It's about 80% business and 20% creative. We would rather just do the creative, but for those of us who can get the business done or hire someone to get the business done, we'll do a whole lot better. So I kind of swing with the punches, but I try not to pay attention to bestsellers and all of those types of things. I just really try to concentrate on, putting out quality work.
Okay, so how you doing, Miss Sonia? It's Romeo. What inspired your latest book?
I'm sorry, could you say that again?
What inspired you to write your latest book?
I'm going to be honest, Romeo. I believe, other than first it being God, because I think God is behind all that we do. Because He put that creative seed in my mind for me to even dwell on it, to even think of it. But then secondly, it was really frustration, because I really hurt for people who are hurting. To see someone who was in love at one time and now, they're getting a divorce, they're losing everything, or they're fighting over the children, or to have someone leave them or divorce them or separate from them over something maybe even frivolous. Not just serious things, but sometimes it's just frivolous, but the other person is devastated. That was just very frustrating, because I felt that people owe it to themselves to try to get quality relationships and to take them seriously. We spend more time shopping for a car and picking out a car than we do sometimes investing in who are we going to be in relationship with. And not just romantic relationships, but also friendships and business relationships. It's extremely important how we spend our time, because we don't get that time back.
I agree. I totally agree. This is Miss J. So, of the couples that you treat, what percentage would you say work out enough of their problems to stay married or get married with a reasonable amount of satisfaction within the relationship? And what is the percentage of breakup while they're seeing you? And what percentage do not improve at all? And you just say this is not going to work.
Well, since I have switched from a counseling to a coaching mode, everyone's a winner. That's the great thing about coaching, because it's all about setting the goals you want and then achieving the goals. So I just love that model a lot better versus the counseling model. Now, we do need counseling, but in some things and at some point, I think counseling needs to end and coaching needs to begin. I prefer to be coaching from beginning to end. But, in some places, if you're not counseling as a person on your own, as your own business, and you have to counsel for another organization or what have you, they want you to do a certain amount of, counseling for people. But at some point, when you have discussed every problem that you think of, you need to move on to solutions. And in the past, I was very successful. However, if any counselor will tell you this, if a person comes to you and talks, but we're not talking about our marriage, much of the time, the marriage is already in high alert. They're already ready to go down, to the divorce court and end the marriage. And so there's very little you can do to save the marriage. So almost all of the people who call, almost all of them, you're talking about a good 90% of people who call at that moment, pretty much it's done. I think that any relationship can be resurrected, but if both don't feel that way, then it's going to be very hard for that to happen. And so that's why I just really love to move to the coaching model, because like I said, everybody tends to win. And what's great about the book, the coaching sessions I do, all of those things, when people come, they come because they are ready to learn. And so the material is never shoved down anyone's throat. When I go to conferences, when I speak, when people call and need information, it's never forced down their throat, because they're calling to receive the information because they have personal goals that they're trying to set. And what I find is you have a high percentage of people who are very successful when they actually utilize the tools. And most people, about 95% of the people who call in are extremely serious, and they will utilize the tools, and they have been successful. And I get a lot of calls about how successful their relationships are doing and what have you. I'm very curious to see how Wise Courtship, the book, since it's been released, for the people who have never used my coaching sessions to see how that would work for them. But I've been getting a lot of positive feedback, so it looks good.
Well, for our listeners, I would love to be able to give you the opportunity to talk to Ms. Mayers. You can give us a call at 1-855-835-5857, extension 1, or you can text us at 443-642-9403. Now, being a counselor, therapist, guru, whatever name you feel comfortable with, do you feel comfortable with the title of?
Well, I tend to use the title of a coach now. When it comes to actually doing any type of premarital counseling, coaching, those types of things, I feel much better with the title of coaching, because I think when people hear that, they know, especially men. Men don't really groove with counselor, but they can be a coach because they know that we're gonna have a play. We're gonna have a little playbook. We got rules, we got goals, we got things that we set, and they can relate to that a lot better. And it's not about just digging up, what happened between you and your mom. However, if I see that that's necessary, I will definitely refer, because sometimes that is. But for most men, they can get with that. Hey, we're going to come up with some solutions. We're not just going to talk around in circles all day long. We're going to come up with some solutions. I can do something to try to fix, because I can work toward a goal and I can move on.
Okay. Now, I'm pretty sure you've dealt with your practice different households. So, have you dealt with, of course, premarital? Have you dealt with cohabitating couples, remarried, same-sex, dealing with a chronic illness?
Most people who come to me are usually heterosexual. The majority of them are usually heterosexual. They're looking to get married. And most of them have already made the decision to be married. The next largest population are people who really would like to be married. There's a small percentage of people who would just like to be in a long-term relationship. And so I'm dealing with most people who are about ready to go down the aisle, and those who wish they could get down the aisle as soon as possible.
That's understandable. Now, myself, I've been in a cohabitating situation. We were going to get married, but it didn't work out that way. So, with someone that's cohabitating, what advice would you give? Because there's a lot of couples out here who cohabitate versus walking down the aisle. What is the advice do you give to someone in that situation?
Well, I do address that in a section in my book. And I'm going to tell you something that is going to really shock people. And I don't think it's going to shock everyone. It's going to shock a lot of people. You want to try to avoid that as much as possible. And there's several reasons. One, you really want to focus, instead of living with the person, you want to focus on who is this person. And even before that, you want to go back with the pre-step to the first step. You want to do an evaluation on whether you are actually ready for a relationship, for marriage. And the reason why I say that is because we make assumptions about ourselves all the time. Oh, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. But very often we do not take the time that's necessary to really be honest with ourselves to say, are we ready? Because we have to be ready at optimal, and then we have to be ready on many levels, emotionally, spiritually, financially, intellectually. There's so many levels that we have to be ready, not perfect, but ready. And so we really have to get quiet and sit down somewhere, and if we write it out, that's great. If we talk it out, if we think it out, whatever we have to do to really get in tune with ourselves to see if we are really ready. And we may also want to include family members or friends, whoever really loves us, and they've proven that over time, that they love us. bring them in on the conversation as well, because they will, if they really love us, they'll be honest. They say, well, you know what, you really got a bad attitude. And, you know, and it will help open up the door to say, I didn't realize that, or you're bossy, or you're controlling, because sometimes we don't know what we do. You know, we have to get from other people. And then once we've done that work of who we are and are we ready, and we're convinced that we're ready, then the work begins to see if this other person is ready for us and we are ready for them, and who are they? Because we spend so much time on the emotional connection and the physical attraction and the physical connection that we forget to get to know the person. And everybody else can see that this person does this or that they get into that. But for some reason, we can't see it because we've already gotten emotionally involved. And so if we could wait on the living part and really focus on who this person is, and does this person match my core foundation, my core beliefs, and do I match theirs, we would be a lot better off. All of the other things will fall into place and be a lot better, much more enjoyable, and we're talking about a peaceable living and a happy living.
So I like the word, a peaceable living in a household. But what if the person, the other party, is in denial about themselves and their actions within the relationship?
Well, that's why exactly you want to do the work before you get into a relationship. Because once you get into a relationship, it gets hard. There's a lot of other variables, there's a lot of other factors, and you cannot see clearly. So for those who are listening and you may be single at this time, this is the best time of your life, because this is when you do the work. Because also, if you don't get to know yourself well, you won't really know what you like. And if we can be quite honest, some of us who are listening, who are grown, we are way grown, we are shocked at some of the things we find out we like later on in life we thought we never liked. Things we don't like that we thought we would like. And so you really need to do that work up front so you can get a good, solid understanding of who you are, so that when someone who comes along is right, you can recognize it. Too often we don't recognize what's right, what's good, because we don't know what we want or have honed in on what we really want. For instance, a gentleman, and most of our gentlemen are, they're visual, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's the difference between male and female, and it's great. I'm not down in that. But what I am saying is that if you are only look at the physical, you may, and I'm going to say you normally are, usually disappointed in the end, because that's all you focus on. But if you listen to what's going on inside of you, you may find out that you really want someone who admires you, someone who trusts you, someone who loves you, or someone that you can provide for, whatever. And never be ashamed of what you really like in your core. But until you do that work, you won't know that. And then you'll constantly keep going after the physical or going after something else and never getting what really brings value to you. So you don't want to be stubborn about doing the work, because the only person you're going to cheat is yourself. Your mom doesn't have to live with them. Your girlfriend doesn't have to live with them. We're going to take
a break, Tony.
Sure.
We're going to take a break, but I want to bring you back after we come back to finish this topic. This is Miss J at the Sugar Shack with
Miss Versatile
on BeExposedRadio.com. We're on the phone with Miss Tony Henderson Mills, and I'll be back.
Let's go to the telephone. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
How you doing, Wendy?
Fine, thanks.
I have a problem. Hope you can, help me solve it. Give me an idea of something.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I'm 25 years old, and I'm a second grade teacher. And I've been engaged to my girl. Well, we've been together for about 2.5 years, and now we're engaged. Everything is going good with us. back in October, I got a new student, and the child is being raised. He's a single, being raised by single parents. So the father, you know, came up to the school to meet me, you know. They knew in the area, so, you know, we started hanging out, you know, just, you know, watching games, you know, going to bars, you know, just chilling or whatever.
Gotcha.
Okay.
With your student's father?
Yes.
Okay.
You know, like, so, you know, it was just nothing. You know, he's new in the area. You just want to know some spots to go out or whatnot. So,
gotcha.
Okay. One night we were sitting, watching TV, had a couple drinks, and as you would say, you know, we just talking.
Get ready on the button.
Okay. As you would say, make a long story short, he came over to me, unzipped my pants, and gave me a professional.
Okay.
And
had you ever had a homosexual experience up until this point?
No, I had not.
Had you ever thought about it?
I never even thought about it, Wendy. And the thing is...
Can you tell if the leftovers from this dinner party are beginning to grow bacteria that could lead to severe diarrhea, vomiting, and stomach cramps? Listen. You can't see it either. Get leftovers into the refrigerator as soon as possible. Spoiled leftovers can make you very sick, or worse. Roughly 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year, but you can keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov. Brought to you by the USDA, HHS, and the Ad Council.
Did you miss Talk Lately last night? Well, here's a snippet of what you missed. The phone. I'm going to stick with this now. The phone.
The phone, yeah.
Because people play with my emotions when they try to, you know... You know what? He ruined it for everybody that wanted to ever come into this studio and sit down before me and chit-chat. And like I said yesterday, I would give him the opportunity to redeem himself, but it's going to be on here and no other way. You can't come in here no more.
Right.
Excuse my French, but fuck his reality show. That's how I feel. He ain't gonna do too good in the ratings anyway. Oh, did I say that? I must be really bad. Get canceled. MTV always sponsoring flops. Hello?
Oh, it's sponsored by MTV?
I found that out.
I didn't even.
You know they're going to put it on until like 3 o'clock in the morning.
I didn't even.
Like his reality show's going to bump Jersey Shore. Right. Am I doing too much? I want him to come back. Maybe I don't. I don't really care. It is what it is, people. I'm just saying. I ain't burn you, you burned me. You caused this upon yourself. I don't talk this for no reason. You just told me, basically, shut up and say whatever the hell you want to. That's what you said to me. But Lester, shut up. He was just like, say whatever you want to. I am. And I'm going to post it on iTunes.
Right.
Syndication. If you missed that, don't worry. We keep the laughs going right here on Baltimore Exposed Radio, Talk Lately Show. Weeknights at 8. Call in 855-TEL-TLS.
Did you know that our shows play all day and all night?
So you could never miss a minute of the informative, funny, and extravagant mayhem that is our station, BeExposedRadio.com.
So be sure to check out our shows like The Talk Lately Show, The Sharon Nixon Show, Let's Talk, and The Ladio Show.
From north, east, south, and west, you're listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Do you have troubled skin, acne? With Proactive, you can heal your acne and help prevent new breakouts. Right now, in this radio area, we're looking for just 50 people with moderate acne to demonstrate exactly how fast Proactive works. The first 50 callers who qualify can try Proactive risk-free for 60 days.
Call 800-388-7152, 800-388-7152, 800-388-7152.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. This is Miss J.
And Miss Versatile.
And
Live at the Sugar Shack on Big Exposed Radio. We are on the phone with our special guest, Miss Toni Henderson Mayers, author of Wise Courtship Before, Relationship in Marriage, in the Marriage Guide, And we were basically discussing before we went to break about cohabitation in a relationship. And welcome back, Toni. Toni? Are you there, Toni? A little technical difficulty.
I hear her.
Oh, she's there.
Toni?
Hello, Toni?
Yes, hello.
Oh, there you are. We were calling for you. Welcome back, Toni. You're Rebecca Ware.
Okay. I was here.
I said before we went to break, we were talking about cohabitation and how you do your counseling for that. What do you find has been your most challenging situation for a premarital couple or already in an established married couple? What has been the worst, if you can share?
Well, I'll say one that I think kind of hits across the board, and it's kind of two things. One, people underestimating the importance of premarital counseling. You have some that just don't want to do it. And I would say to anyone who is about to go down the aisle with anybody who does not want premarital counseling, you may want to really rethink that relationship or at least push off until they're ready to do it, because it shows that you care enough that you really want this relationship to work. You'll do whatever it takes to make it work. And there is so much value in it. You know, some people say, well, we're together and we've been together and we know each other. But you would be so surprised. I could ask one question and then they're looking at each other like, I don't know, we never discussed that. Mm-hmm. Or one will say, yeah, we're going to do this. And the other one's looking at them like, we are? And
well, Toni, we have a text message for you.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody just sent us a message. What inspired you to be an author?
Well, I speak a lot. I go out and I speak and I travel and speak. And a lot of people would come to me and say that they would really like to see that in writing. They really enjoyed it. They wanted more information to take back with them. And I use writing as an extension of what I'm already teaching or coaching, and a way to kind of teach another concept or to show another concept. Because bottom line, I'm really trying to help people, and that's the deep inspiration for becoming an author.
Do you find that... Oh, we have another text message. Okay. Let's say you're getting to know someone and
that's
you're
not
really...
on topic?
And you're really feeling them.
No, that's not on topic.
Hold on.
That was a text my sister sent the other day.
I'm sorry. I'm not sure where that one is coming from. I won't go with that one, but I do apologize. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened, but okay. So if a person who is getting ready to get married, and let's say they're 18, do you think 18 is too young to be married?
Generally speaking, yes. However, if anyone is willing to do the work, it can work. I say in my book, and I'm not quoting myself verbatim, but I do have a quote in the book that says, the younger you are, the longer it should take in the courtship phase. And the older you are, the shorter it should take. Because I think I alluded to that before, that we can become 50 years old and find out that we dislike something that we never knew we disliked, or we like something that we never knew we liked. It's so hard to figure that out at 18. And it's difficult to navigate through a lot of red flags that people who have time and experience can see clearly. And when you're 18, you're thinking about, you're in love, you're just so in love, and it's going to last forever, not knowing if the forever is 50 and 60 and 70 years with the same person, especially if you're starting off at 18. It could easily be, 70 years with the same person. And so we often don't do the work, and we are also sometimes slightly immature into how to do the work and do it appropriately. And so I would say that 18 can be very young. But, of course, it depends on the individual.
Do you or have you had a writer's block in doing your art? Because you're doing your therapy and you're writing a book all at the same time, and you're doing your other work. Have you experienced writer's block?
I experience it all the time. Now, I have some writer friends who write novels, and, books that are 500, 600 pages, and they can just write. But I get writer's block all the time. I can really only write under inspiration. When something hits me, I start to write, and I flow with that. Also, I'm a funny type writer. I do better writing in the morning than I do in the evening. And most women can tell you you're very busy sometimes in the morning, especially if you have children, or, you've got to do something around the house or get to work. So that also sometimes will cut down my time. But I get it very often, and I just try to either wind down, or sometimes I get out and get amongst people, and it will inspire me to write.
That's interesting, because being a writer, I can only imagine what's in your head trying to get it out on paper. Do you do paper or do you do a laptop?
I do the laptop or the iPad because I don't want to have to do double work, but there's a lot of writers, they will write it on paper and then they'll type it in. I don't have that kind of time. So if something hits me, I'm going to put it right into the laptop or the iPad right away.
I understand. Like, trying to do it. I don't even know anyone who uses a typewriter anymore, but that's a lot of hard work.
It is. It really is. But some people do it.
And they do, and do it well, and publish a lot of books doing the old school way. Do you think television is responsible for literacy?
It can be. For a good segment of people, yes. For some segments of people, no, because they're always going to be reading. They're in professions where they read, or they enjoy reading. But there's a huge amount of people that they do not read books. If they're not in school, they're not reading a book. And it's sad because the library, which houses books, has so much information. Matter of fact, there's a lot of people getting rich off the fact that people don't read books.
Mm-hmm.
Things that are already in the book, they make people who don't read books pay for it. And the information they could have got for free just by opening up a book.
And that's the crazy thing, that when I go to the library, it's crowded. And I've been to the library for different reasons. And I know here where I'm at, even though I don't live here, but when I do go to the library here, it's packed with people. So people are utilizing, either they might be on the computer, and I've seen them purchase stacks and stacks of books. So I know people are reading. I know a lot of avid readers out there. But the thing is, the young adults, trying to get them into the library, they like things now and fast. reading a book is kind of like the last thing on their mind. Taking the time to read over 200 pages in a book.
They rather on the Kindle.
They rather on the Kindle or listen to it in a car or on their headset.
I like to feel the pages of the book. I'm
Me too.
old school.
Me too. And that's how you are, Tony, also?
With that, I could barely hear Romeo when he made that statement, but I knew it was him.
About being old school and feeling the pages of a book versus it being on an iPad or listening to it.
Oh, yes. Yes, I would rather hold the book in my hand. Now, I do enjoy listening to some books via audio, mostly the nonfiction business type books. Although I would rather read the book first, and then, sometimes they'll have audio series that kind of expounds on the book more, and I enjoy listening to those on CDs and on any audio format, whether it's the MP3 or what have you. But when I initially read the book, I would rather, like, hold the book in my hand, and it's my book, and I can lay back and read it and, come back to it again if I want to. Some people mark in their book, I just love it that way.
So, I know we're getting ready to wrap it up with you soon. How can our listeners be able to find you, purchase your book, become your friend, like you, follow you, do all the things in the world of social media?
So, my book is on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com. You can, if you want to go into a bookstore, you can go to any bookstore. If it's not there, you can tell the manager and he'll order it for you. He or she will order it for you. I'm on Facebook under Wise Courtship. Twitter, Wise Courtship. Let's see, you can go to my website, which is www.wisecourtship.com, WISECOURTSHIP, wisecourtship.com. I have a blog that will also connect to all of those social media sites too as well. You can Google search Wise Courtship, or you can Google search Tony, Toni, Henderson-Mayers, HENDERSON-MAYERS, and all of my information will come up, even my personal Facebook page, LinkedIn, all of those types of things. You'll be able to get information about Wise Courtship.
Thank you so much for having you on the show, Miss Tony. You've been an awesome guest.
Yes, you have.
Very informative information that we'll definitely take with us in our courtships. Be more wise.
The wives, the why not, and we definitely want to bring you back for a continuation of the conversation. And we will be following you, purchasing your book, and putting it out there in the universe for anyone who needs marriage counseling. Now, do you, as far as marriage counseling, can you do via phone, or they have to come to you? I do want to ask that question.
So I do the coaching. I do the premarital coaching or relationship coaching. And you can go to wisecourtship.com and fill out our contact form, or you can email me at info@gotony.org, GOTONI.org. You can also send a message through Facebook or Twitter. And what we do is we do over the phone. We also do Skype. And just kind of meet with the customer and see which way is best for them to receive coaching sessions. I do conferences as well, and I do hold boot camps 3 or 4 times a year, conferences 3 or 4 times a year. And so when you go on our website and get on our mailing list and what have you, or just send us a quick message, I can give you some information about that.
Yay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Toni Henderson-Mayers, live at the Sugar Shack on BeExposedRadio.com. We'll be back.
Hi, I'm Joe Perry.
And Steven Tyler from Aerosmith, here for RAD, recording artists, actors, and athletes against drunk driving. Yeah, you know we love it when the music does the talking.
And you know, the music stops when someone gets killed.
So never let someone you know get behind the wheel if they've been drinking. So keep it real. Friends don't let friends drive drunk.
A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Do you have troubled skin, acne? With Proactive, you can heal your acne and help prevent new breakouts. Right now, in this radio area, we're looking for just 50 people with moderate acne to demonstrate exactly how fast Proactive works. The first 50 callers who qualify can try Proactive risk-free for 60 days.
Call 800-388-7152, 800-388-7152, 800-388-7152.
Welcome back. It's your girl, Miss J.
And Miss Versatile.
And Romeo, the intern.
Live at the Sugar Shack on BeExposedRadio.com. I'd like to thank Miss Tony for stopping by.
That was very insightful.
And calling. Did you learn something new?
Yes.
Okay. Did you learn something new?
I did.
I learned something new.
I actually appreciated her calling.
Okay. Well, our second topic for today. Our second topic for today is. I got that, Robbie. That was a little laugh on me. Have you put yourself at risk for an STD by skipping protection? I think so. Mm-hmm. I think whenever you don't use a condom, dental dam or some sort of don't frown your face up, Romeo.
No, it's the reason why.
I think you definitely put yourself at risk each and every time, especially if you're not married. You don't know what your significant other might be doing, and sometimes even if you are married, unfortunately. What about you, Jay?
Oh, definitely. That's fine. I can put myself on Front Street with no problem. Yes, I have. I can say I've never been put in that situation of contracting something. Thank God. Ring the bell on that.
Ring the bell on that.
You can ring it a couple of times. So, what I've learned, me personally, I like being with one person. And when I'm in a relationship with that person because it's too many things out here. And if I do contract something, I know who I got it from.
Right.
So I can't be sitting here like on Maury Povich, you're the father, or you're the STD. You're the STD, you're the STD, you're the STD, you're the STD. I don't want to be in that category. So me being with one person, when it comes down to everything, if I do go to the doctors and there's nothing, well, if it's anything other than a female problem,
we got a problem.
We got a problem.
We got a problem.
We have a serious problem.
A serious problem.
A serious problem.
Speaking of STD, tomorrow, my birthday is, thank you, is
I don't know why that was.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Tomorrow is National HIV Testing Day. So please, it is important and imperative that you know your status. Go out and get tested. I'm getting tested on my birthday. Yay.
If you get tested at Chase Brexton tomorrow, we will be giving out complimentary gifts. You can also get tested at University of Maryland Hospital tomorrow and also the health department.
Awesome.
And tonight, if you would like to get tested, we will be down at Hip Hall.
Okay. Awesome.
That's a beautiful thing. What about you?
Yes.
Okay.
I've put myself at risk.
Is it worth it?
I won't get into detail, but I will say that it's made me stronger.
How bad?
Mm-hmm. The topic that you and Monty was talking about a couple of days ago.
Okay. would you put yourself in that situation again? Is it worth it?
No.
It isn't.
No, but it also opened up a lot of different opportunities for me. We'll discuss that.
Okay, that's a
It's
off-air comment. Okay.
But the thing is, when you're getting in, okay, you might have the good intentions of having your protection with you, just because. I think you're supposed to have your protection with you
At all times.
At all times, because you never know what's going to happen. So you're in the mix, you know, foreplay, get ready to get down and everything. You're like, hold up. Let me go grab my whatever it is that you use. And they're like, oh, no. I haven't been with nobody. I just been by myself. So you're in the heat of the moment, the person looking fine, they're beautiful, you know, looks can kill.
Looks can definitely kill.
And that's the
in a
sad-
literal
and
sense.
literally, figuratively, and the truth that looks can kill. So they're like, oh no, baby, you don't have to worry about nobody. I just been by myself. Okay, you do the business. Then what happens?
Go see the doctor.
Go see the doctor. But then, what if you're that person who's out there like that and then constantly going to the doctor? You're doing too much. If you're constantly going to the doctor 4 times in a month,
you need to be shot. I'm sorry.
shoot the baby gun. Gotta shoot the baby gun. That was literally a
Please do
baby
it again.
gun.
Please do it again. Because if you're going to the clinic 4 times in 1 month,
You have a serious problem.
you have a serious problem.
That's
Who now, baby?
For you to tell the next dude that you're still a virgin.
But the thing is, okay, so you're having sex Monday, okay, no protection.
How many times Monday?
Twice, I guess we can just throw out there. But I was thinking once, but we
I
can
mean,
throw
some-
twice out there.
Some people ratchet. I mean,
Well, yeah, they are. Okay, so you're having sex on Monday twice, in the morning and in the evening. But we got to take a break. And we're going to come back
we
to
will
this.
definitely give it to that.
This is Miss J, live at the Sugar Shack. We'll be back.
So, I'm a dog, and I'm kind of new to this family, but I've noticed a trend. My humans do this thing where they go around and get all my toys and hide them in this basket, but it's always the same basket, and it's always the same place, and then they act so surprised when I find them, but I'm like, hello, that's where you put it last time. Humans are the worst at hide and go seek.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe you missed this on Talk Lately.
I wonder, because I'm going to pick up the copy of this, the Cosmo. The phone call, here's what she said. The phone call this April ended the mystery. He left a message on Sunday saying, I have something important to talk about. Please call me back. I was working and called the next morning. He uttered an eerily familiar phrase, you may want to sit down. Then he said, Carolyn, I'm gay. She says, I was stunned. I managed to say after a silent moment and then a deep breath, I had no idea. I'm sure a huge weight is off your shoulders. During all those years I had known him, I never would have guessed that he would come out as gay. We talked again briefly that night. He answered a few questions. You know what those questions was? Are you a bottom? That was uncalled for. That was uncalled for. Sorry. 7 foot bottom.
It goes down just like that. Each and every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com.
Hi, I'm Joe Perry. And Steven Tyler from Aerosmith, here for RAD, recording artists, actors, and athletes against drunk driving. Yeah, you know we love it when the music does the talking.
And you know, the music stops when someone gets killed.
So never let someone you know get behind the wheel if they've been drinking. So keep it real. Friends don't let friends drive drunk.
A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the station with all the hits and the Talk Lately show weeknights at 7 p.m.
You are now listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Did you know that birthday parties help build confidence in kids?
Yeah. Did you know that giving kids less sugar before bedtime helps them sleep better?
Oh, totally. Did you know that friendly kids have more friends?
Everybody knows that.
Hey, guys, did you know that most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
I didn't know that.
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right car seat at the right age and size. Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat to make sure your child is protected. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right, thanks.
Take care. Bye-bye. My supervisor and I have been flirting for a few weeks now, but nothing serious. He's married and outrageously sexy. Always buying me lunch on the down low and offering to do things for me. Well, on Friday, I was in my office because everyone had left, and he was in a meeting and in and out of his office. Well, he finally returned to his office, and he noticed that I was there. So he came to my office, and one thing led to another, and we got busy, and he gave me a professional. And I loved it. Hold on to that drum roll, because there's more. Well, we've been going at it now on a regular, meeting in hotels and on the weekends and staying after work and getting it together. Wendy, no one knew this until the housekeeping lady caught us. Keep that drum roll going.
Maria.
Exactly, that would be our Maria here. And she has said nothing, but I would die if people found out. His wife works with us. Keep the drum roll going. There's more. And she has no clue what's going on. The bad thing is that I'm bisexual and I've been sleeping with his wife too.
Boom.
There you go.
Beautiful. I love the world we live in. It's a nice world.
I'm in love with my supervisor, and I need some advice. What do we do about the situation? Should I tell? Sign, Hot and Bothered. Hot and Bothered, you need to take your trifling, trampy behind back into your office. Develop a social life of your own that has nothing to do with married people or married people. I was trying to think of how to describe both of them, but they're married. Both of them are married. That has nothing to do with being with married people, because ain't no good going to come to you until you get yourself your own damn man or woman. Nothing wrong with being bisexual and all that other kind of stuff, and I understand adventurous and living on the edge. How dare you? I'm in love. How dare you? What do you want me to tell you? Stick it out, girl. In no time at all, he'll leave her, she'll leave that job, and he'll marry you. Oh, please. 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 You were unrealistic in thinking anything could come of this except for you losing your job and possibly your shirt in the process, because your reputation. That's all we got. Our privates and our reputation.
How you doing?
Well, let me just review what she's asking me. I'm in love with my supervisor. Okay, they had sex for the first time on Friday. But they've been doing the do on one Friday, excuse me. Well, they've been doing the do. You're not, fall out of love now. Leave both of them alone now before Maria starts talking.
Today in school, I learned a lot. In chemistry, I learned that no one likes me. In biology, I learned that I'm fat and stupid. In English, I learned that I'm disgusting. And in gym, I learned that I'm pathetic and a joke. The only thing I didn't learn in school today is why no one ever helps.
Kids witness bullying every day. They want to help, but they don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov. A message from the Ad Council.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. This is your girl, Miss J.
And Miss Versatile.
And Romeo.
Live at the Sugar Shack on BeExposedRadio.com. Right after the Sugar Shack, you will have Talk Lately from 7 p.m. on Be Exposed Radio. Yes, 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 yes. Make sure you tune in. So our topic, sis, was STDs.
Are you at risk by skipping using protection?
Like I said, with that,
I was going to say, do you think if you're in a committed relationship, you should still be using protection?
That...
And how long is how long? How long is the time frame when it's okay to not, or is it never okay to not use protection?
See, I'm always in a long-term relationship. So after finding out about my situation and he tipped out, before then we weren't using condoms. So because I believed as long as we were together, I wouldn't be put in that situation. But I think 6 to 8 months being with someone, and you get tested together. I believe
That's a great idea.
I believe in getting tested together. You go down there, you either in your car or my car or separate cars, but we're going to get tested together and we're going to get our results. And I feel as though twice. Get your results.
Right. I dated somebody, and I guess we cohabitated together. We lived together, and we didn't use protection. And I would go every 6 months, and just because I was okay, he thought he was okay, and didn't get tested. But to God be the glory, I'm still good. But
that's right.
Yeah, I don't. That was mind-boggling to me. Just because I'm okay,
that
doesn't mean that there's something not hibernating.
Exactly. I couldn't
hibernating
and festering
in your body. But
festering in your body because you too scared to go down there because you've been doing so much dirt.
It wasn't about being scared. No, I mean,
okay.
But there's free clinics. There are free clinics. There are free clinics
in the DMV area or in the world that you can go and get tested with no problem. So the stigma of I don't have anything, trust me, that's a killer. And you going down. You going down really fast with the you can
iron fist.
That's
the iron fist. With the iron fist. But the thing is, when you put that much trust in someone and it goes to the left, when it goes to the left and you're sitting there with the look of, oh my God, I was with this person and now I have STD, and they're sitting there like, I didn't give it to you. You must have been with somebody else. So now you want to sit here with the blame game.
Knowing that you're in the wrong.
Knowing that you're in the wrong, but you're trying to put this on me as though I gave it to you. Knowing full well you ain't been in no clinic, free or paying a copay. So why is it that you trying to turn this around of the STD of hopefully I can get some medication.
Or a shot. Because if I can't.
Baby.
Your mother will be getting her baby.
Woo!
Get your baby.
Get your baby.
Get your baby.
That's right. Mama.
It was a lot of flower bringing us.
Oh my God, Mama. You know, Mama. What's that Boyz II Men song?
Don't you know I love you?
That's right. And that's crazy. But the thing with the generation now, you have people who are doing threesomes, foursomes, twelvesomes, swapping.
Yeah, that seems to be a trend nowadays.
It is. So, okay, we're going to piggyback off of that. So if your mate says to you, hey, I want to bring another party into our relationship, how would you feel about that?
Absolutely not.
Would you feel as though you're not good enough or appeasing enough that they decided, hey, I have interest in someone else. I want to bring them along on our journey of our sexual escapades, and without protection. So now you have a third person, that you agreed to be with to please your mate, and they come with whatever they came with. So now you're looking at B and C and you're A, that one of these two gave you D.
The STD.
The STD. And no one wants to take ownership in that.
My first thought when somebody asks to bring a third into the relationship is, how do you know this person and have y'all already hooked up without me?
Mm-hmm.
And if y'all have, was it safe or unsafe?
Well, first of all, it wouldn't be a conversation, because if you admitted that you were with this person, that means you cheated.
True, but I still need to know, because if you've been with that person and then came back with me and we didn't use a condom, I need to know.
Or it could have been that they were with that person prior to the relationship.
That too. I mean, it's a lot of different factors in that. But when you have enough gumption to come to me, the one who's been devoted to you, and say, I want to spice things up.
I'll put in a wig.
Thank you.
You want to spice it up? I will put on a wig.
I'll cut the fan off. It'll get hot in here.
Exactly.
Real quick.
Look, we can put the lights on.
Role play. We go on the roof. You want to spice it up? We can go on the roof.
Exactly. We will role play. Throw some different hair on. Some different shoes. A lot of different things you can do.
I'll tie you up.
I'll tie you up. But when you say, oh,
I got new handcuffs on.
New handcuffs. I got some new shoes. Hey, we can do a different scenario, a different scene. But
I like to role play. So you can meet me at the bar and act like you're my I'm cheating on you with you, something like that. You know?
That.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
I like that. That's sexy right there. Okay, we can talk about that later. But then when you sit here and you say, okay, I'm going to bring somebody just because. So now you're questioning your sexuality. Now, is it going to be for me or is it going to be for him? Who is this third person that's coming into our bed or our couch or wherever it is you want to do it at? Who is this third person? Is it a male or a female? So if it's a male, is it for me or is it for you? So now we get ready to open up a whole nother can of worms of this third person. Okay, so if it's a female, I know I'm not bisexual. So obviously she's for you. So
he might have her there to please you.
That's when you flip the script and you say, okay, well, if she's there, let me find a male. Turn the table, see how you act.
But see, a man is not going to. They cannot. A man cannot handle another man touching the woman that they've been with. It's fine that they go out and do the dirt, but when it's reciprocated, they can't. A man can't handle that.
You can't take the heat.
Stay out the kitchen.
But most of them can't take the heat, and they might suck it up as, oh, I don't care. But deep down, you don't want some other man smacking your woman's booty.
We will not be cleaning Ashley in here.
Or, rubbing thighs and doing whatever it is that you were doing with them.
Most men ask for a threesome because it's a fantasy. They know that little to some females will do it, and then you have that one spontaneous female that I call, and this is no offense, the trainer, They will do whatever, whenever, however, to keep their man.
So keeping their man and saying, okay,
Stupid in love,
and they leave you for the third person. So not only do you have an STD, now they left you with the person that they brought in to entice the bed rocking type of thing.
So
now you're burning,
and now you're an STD.
and you're alienated right now because you're taking medicine and you don't want to be bothered with anybody, and you're it's just a lot of different scenarios to this.
It's not worth it.
You helped him with his STD, which is the sexual temptation desire, and now he left you with an
Sexual.
STD.
Say that again.
Sexual temptation desire, and now he left you with an STD.
STD, sexual temptation desire. I love that.
Ring the bell.
And now you're being left with an STD, sexually transmitted disease.
Oh.
So who really wins?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Thank you for that, Romeo.
I love that. So you've had some experience. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Just makes you a better person. Make you to choose differently on your wants and your desires. Because like I said earlier, everything that's out there that's pretty is not pretty for you. Everything that's out there that you think is good is not good for you.
Not at all.
So unfortunately, you have to put yourself in a situation that old saying, beauty is only skin deep. Well, literally, it can be deep.
You have to see what's beneath that skin.
It's something festering beneath that skin that you might not be able to get rid of. Hello, sir. Over in the corner.
Hi.
I said hi earlier. You didn't hear me. Okay. All right. Mr. Monty is in the building. Happy Thirsty Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Talk Radio will be on shortly. So, what's your opinion? None. Okay.
Because we do not want to end up like this.
Oh.
At all.
What is that?
Show that.
Beauty is skin deep.
Let me see.
Oh my God.
Is that a penis?
No.
What is that?
It's supposedly some female's areola.
Oh, the breast. I saw that.
It was a hoax story about her buying a. She had brought a bra in South Africa, and
oh yeah,
you heard about that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like worms got inside her breast.
Yeah, and this is the recent picture of how it looks. So.
Wow. So, once again, tomorrow, everywhere in the world, you can get tested. It's very important for you to know. It's important that your partner knows.
Except for virgins, they don't have to get tested.
No, virgins don't have to get tested.
I mean,
wonder how
yeah, they
many
do.
Well,
Huh? Because you can catch things from more ways than sex.
but if they're not
Like
doing
what?
anything,
If they're a virgin, like what?
I mean, just because who says they, you know,
I
they could have
mean-
accidentally pricked by a needle.
The name virgin says why they aren't.
They can be accidentally pricked by a needle and.
well, I'm talking sexually.
If they got pricked by a needle, hopefully they went to the hospital.
I'm talking sexually. So, but does anyone know any virgins? Real virgins.
My little 4-year-old brother.
Real virgins.
Baby.
Real virgins in the world over 17.
My little cousin. I can't say that he's definitely a virgin.
So,
He's more into Pokemon and all of that.
he's not ready. So,
And
how old were you
Yu-Gi-Oh.
when you lost your virginity? Can you say?
I was in my teens.
Okay.
Low or high?
My mid-teens.
Okay. So was I.
I was in my mid-teens, but we dated for 2 years. I had a semi-decent experience. We were together for 2 years. He was older than me, though, and all of my friends would say, "Oh, to get an older guy, you gotta do things to be with an older guy." So it was kind of like peer pressure. It was kind of like peer pressure. Why that happened? But yeah, we stayed together for 2 years.
But that's a good thing.
Yeah.
What's the significance of 2 years at 15?
It wasn't like my first word was in like.
I'm underage. That wasn't it, I know.
No, it wasn't like I was in the staircase.
How old was he?
I'm at the age.
He was 3 years older than me.
Get your baby.
Play that again?
I'm a child. That wasn't it.
Yeah.
I'm still purr. I can wear all white.
No, but I mean, I've heard, some experiences, some first-time experience could be very traumatic and horrific.
Mhm. Mine wasn't all that great. I can remember it. I think it was yesterday. And he was a pretty Ricky. He was a little older than me.
Pretty Ricky, what they called him.
And it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. But I wouldn't do it again with him, that's for sure.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. It could have been better. Because I'm looking at it now, I wasn't ready for him. Because he was a little more experienced than me. So, and being 3 years older than me, he had a lot more experience. When me coming in, not having the experience at the age that I was. So, once again, keep it as long as you can. It's a treasure.
As tight as you can.
As tight as you can. And not give it away, because
hold on to that V card.
As long as you can.
As long as you can.
It's not worth it. So, what age did you lose your virginity?
Is this on?
Mm-hmm.
When it's off, if I get away.
Okay.
Is this on? See.
Okay. So what age were you?
You.
Oh, me?
Yes.
Hey. No, I was 17.
Get your baby.
Were you ready?
I was 17. No, I was ready. I can say I was ready.
Why do you...
17 is when I went all the way.
Okay. So, the anticipation leading up to losing your virginity, did you think, I know what I'm doing, can't nobody show me because I know? Did you go in it with that mentality, or
not
you were
at all, because
petrified?
I went a different field from when I was there.
Elaborate.
I didn't go down the street field, so.
Okay. So,
My first time was male to male.
Okay.
Now, my first time with a female, I had that, like, okay, well, I already conquered, one sex, I can conquer the next.
So, with that being said, how long before you switched from the female? A year. And when you switched over to the male, did you feel like...
No, I switched over to female.
Oh, you switched over to female. Okay.
And then I switched smash right back.
All right. So what was it with the female?
It was good, but it wasn't me.
Okay.
You hear me? I'm just making sure you can hear me.
Get your mic on.
Is this on? He said yes.
Okay. So what age were you when you lost your virginity?
Hey, money.
I was 17 as well. My experience was unexpected. It happened behind a building.
Behind a building? Okay.
I enjoyed it immensely.
Oh my gosh.
I did. It was fun.
Okay. And
when I mean behind the building, I mean behind the building, then there's a piece of street and then there's some woods, and it was in the woods.
Okay. Was it what's the word I'm looking for? Was it, well, you said it was an enjoyable experience.
Mm-hmm.
Was the scenery?
I thought so. I thought it was like one of those white movies. Except for there was no tree swing.
Oh, so you wasn't inside of the
it was like fall. It was leaves on the ground.
Okay.
At least in my imagination, that's how it looked.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with having the imagination.
Mm-hmm.
So.
That could have been a dead body right there. I wouldn't know, but in my imagination, it was perfect,
leaves.
And the sun was beaming through the tree leaves,
and the animals was coming through whistling.
Yeah, it was a Bambi. I seen Bambi. She was there.
Okay.
And then she got shot right then and there. That's what she did.
Get your baby.
So, would you relive that scenario again?
Oh, I did it a second time, but not in that same location.
Oh.
With the same person?
Yes. This time it was in
outside.
This time it was in the laundry room of an apartment building.
I'm sorry, but outside sex is better than indoor sex.
Like a week later.
Okay. So, are you still?
I should write a book.
Are you still in communication with the person?
No.
Oh, okay.
Please, after the second time, I never heard from that person again.
Oh.
I was over it.
Okay. Well,
you hit him and quit him?
Twice. It wasn't just hit it and quit.
Oh,
so it was a two-hit wonder.
Right.
A two-hit wonder.
No more CDs.
And then it was done.
No more CDs after that. The career ended.
Because I was over having sex in locations.
Okay.
So at what age?
I have a perfectly good bed at home.
What age was your first time in the bedroom?
Wow. I have to say probably 18.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I was grown, yeah.
Well, you thought you were grown. You were grown or you thought you were grown?
No, I was grown. I was doing whatever I wanted, so I was grown.
Nothing wrong with that. So do you look back and say, what advice would you give yourself, your 17-year-old self now at the age you are?
None, because I didn't have a bad experience.
Okay. Well, on that note, we have the Talk Lately show getting ready to start. And we're getting ready to end our Thirsty Thursday live at the Sugar Shack on Big Sky Radio. This is Miss J. You can find me on Facebook at MZJ40. Instagram, MZJAYEP. I'm on LinkedIn, Miss J. Pearson also. I'm all over social media. You can hit me up. You can also email us at thesugarshackshow@gmail.com. Sis.
This is Miss Versatile. Tomorrow's my birthday. I will not be on air as I will be prepping for my party at Oxygen tomorrow. So if you guys are listening and you're free, come on down. Oxygen on Calvert Street from 6 to 11 and come help celebrate me.
How much?
With me. It's free. It's free, and it's free buffet, 2-for-1 drinks. Okay. And you can find me, I'm all over social media too, China Miss Versatile on Facebook, and on Instagram I am Miss_Versatile. That's VERSITYLE. I'm so happy to meet my birthday.
I know. You just smiling.
And I'm Romeo, the intern. You can find me on Facebook at Romeo007. You can find me on Twitter at Marquise_Quidel. And you can find me on one of my 2 Instagram pages. The first one is Mr_Rude_Awakening. And the second one is The Boxer Dropper. So.
All right. And we are out.
Love y'all. Good night.